Hey everybody, this is Dan. If you're wondering why I haven't did a video in a few days, it's because my computer was, I got a virus. I guess Love to Live Truly jinxed me. Well anyway, I'm gonna make this video real quick. It won't take that long, and I guess I'm gonna start doing a new series called Coffee Time, where I actually have my coffee, which I truly love. The only vice I really have nowadays. Don't drink, don't smoke, don't do none of that bad stuff. But anyway, I just watched a good video by my partner Painless Risen, and he was talking about Chad Johnson and Evelyn Lozada. And I think maybe a month and a half ago, my friend down in Savannah, Comical Mischief, did a video about his father, and me and him exchanged personal messages and everything, and me and his father's situation was similar, but a lot of times we seem to underestimate the roles of fathers. Today we live in a society where people want to circumvent fatherhood by having two women together, two men together, displacing the mother's traditional role in a family, or, which oftentimes happen with black people, 75 to 80% of the households are run by single women. So the important role of a father is pushed down the road because we don't have to think about things that are not so commonplace to us. I'll give you an example. Orthodox Jews, Jewish people in New York. And I'm not going to go into my little spiel about what I think about that, but let's look at the family structure of Orthodox Jewish people in New York. The homes have a mother and a father. And it's my personal belief that God made it that way for a multitude of reasons. But let's look at the impact that a father has on a young woman. Growing up in a household where a young woman has a father, he is a protector. Now I'm talking about a traditional, solid father. Doesn't have to make $1 million a year. Doesn't have to have a great job. I am talking about a father. Not a sperm donor, but a father. He is a protector of his daughter. He shows her strength. He shows her versatility. He shows her a rough side, which in turn relates to strength and protection. He shows her a total different emotional side, different than her mother. And in turn, he loves her back. But his love is totally different than a mother's love. And that young girl will process that information. And that information will be used later in life as it relates to her choices in men, her perception of men, and her handling of men, and her expectations of a man. See, all these things are important, even though people try and downplay the role of father. And in the same respect, a young man's interaction with his father growing up in a balanced household is the exact same thing. But his lessons learned from a father are a little bit different, but basically the exact same thing. And it molds and it scopes him later on in life. But this is where the disconnect comes. Because absent a father, that void is replaced with feelings of anger, bitterness, confusion, loss, and somewhere in the maturing or growing up, those wires get crossed. They get crossed. And your ability to process what you do with that crossed information really affects you for the whole balance of your life. Some people manifest the loss of a father or not having a father in strength. I'll be a better father to my kids because I didn't have a dad. Some people manifest that void with utter disgust toward the opposite sex via women that hate men, or women that are with men for their natural inclination to be with a mate, but deep down inside it's still a suppressed feeling of hate toward men. And some people will never be with a man. Some women will never be with a man because of what their father did to them or didn't do for them. So it's manifested in a lot of ways. So what ways are men complicit with choosing a woman that is a mixture of a woman that is contemptuous of men yet are with men due to her being angry at her father, who was an AWOL or absentee man, and women that basically hate all men but still are with men? Well, your role as a man is to do research. Your role as a man is to dig deeper, because what happens is a lot of times people compensate, and what they do is they throw, I'm grown now, I have money now, I have beauty now, I have physicality now, I have cars now, I have homes now. But what they do, they throw all these things in front of the problem. And the problem is you're missing something that didn't cost a dime, that you can never get back, but you never address the situation. So as a man choosing a woman who's in the similar situation, or a woman choosing a man that didn't have a mother that's in the exact same situation, because it can go either ways, what you have to do is you have to exercise due diligence before you jump all the way in with that kind of person. So I'm not assigning fault to either one of them, but I am saying that they both should have did serious soul searching before they place all of these things into what the real problem is. And I don't need to be a rocket science, because I've already seen it on her show when she was with her mother and she was expressing bitterness and resentment toward her father. And I'm talking about Miss Evelyn Lozada. She is one of these women that I spoke of, and I think he also was one of these men. So unless some serious discussion, inventory of your soul was taking place between these two people, I don't think, without addressing what I spoke of, that you can coexist with each other without having problems. So I will pray for them and understand you have to do a life research on your mate before you commit to be with that person for the rest of your life. If you don't do that, it will not work. And I'm not saying that it 150% won't work, but you will have problems along the road, and to come into the revelation that you should have done that before you actually went and committed yourself. Peace.